get rid of those injuries and just heal up and will not succumb to them. So there's more to be talked about in this situation, but just there's so many things that could have been prevented and changed around. But it's not time to criticize and look at that. Right now, it's the safety of all people. That's what we're looking into, and I'm hoping everybody remains safe. And my goodness, my prayers for you. I just want to clear some.
Autzen Stadium is mid-sized in terms of capacity. Its capacity for decibel levels virtually unmatched. Like when Kenny Wheaton took back the pick. Legends like Mariota and LaMichael ran wild. Welcome to Eugene and Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks.
A lot more competitive during those games as well.
The Ducks will put total weather to crank us up. Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Wildcats' return team didn't help matters out much there. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They'd better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
The inside handoff. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Northwestern will send out the punt team. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And the returner is stopped. The Ducks offense will go to work for the first time today. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Here comes the offense on second down. He finds his man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. They'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Pass to 30. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
Bulldoze ahead. He's down at the 18 after picking up 5. Quick release on the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you set up 4th down.
The Ducks headed quickly to the line. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
And the defense was anxious to get off the ball quickly. Instead, it's just a little bit closer for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try to find room outside on the jet sweep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! You thought it was noisy when the Duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decibels through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Autzen Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your deep.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation. So the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs, and having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Finds his big tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've changed into the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. He'll just keep slinging it. Had to throw it before he wanted. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Northwestern will have to punt it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Makes his connection. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the Ducks get it past the sticks. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd.
And this will be caught at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Ducks are marching down the field. Looking to move it through the air. He's going for the big play. He caught it. The Ducks are threatening on 1st and goal. Quarterback sneaks it ahead. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his run.
Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Swings it out to the flat. Discards a man. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. Northwestern wants to go quickly. Running back searching for a hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Trying to get to him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Pressure coming. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Field goal is good.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. And he gets back on top of it and averts disaster. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They just gashed the defense on that one, and they got it down to the 23. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll run it from the gun. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
Makes the grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Ducks! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Dropping back, it's Gray. Coming after it. And down he goes back at the 3. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Big 1st down sack for the defense brings up 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Keeping it on the ground, trying to create a little space, and he was stopped in his tracks at the 3. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Based on this field position, Jesse, they need to get something on the board before the half.
And they've got to be aggressive too, Reese. They've got the weapons to attack and try to steal a field goal here.
You practice these situations all during the week. You know you got to be fast, take advantage of the clock, it's stopping, making sure you're throwing the football down the field to try to get some points.
Fast motion from the offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's got his man. Makes a catch and knocked down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. He got it. And they'll push that lead out a little further. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in Autzen Stadium.
Northwestern will kick it off as we start the 3rd quarter. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. First play of the drive comes from the 22. He wants to throw. Steps away to find some room. Trying to escape and get it himself. Hard-hitting tackle. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. They're trying to get to it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He lets one fly deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Ducks send out the punt unit. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. And the returner will be dragged down. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
He'll keep it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 30. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long. It's tough to... You know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that 1st down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I'll tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him. After the stumble earlier this